Thanks for watching. Sorry this took so long, but obviously the anime had its own issues when airing. If you liked the video, please consider pledging to my Patreon. It helps to no end. Thank you. Bit too long to show, but gaining a much better understanding via a flashback of her cruel father telling her to get rid of an abandoned puppy she'd found, of how that led to her mindset. You can see how in this moment she would be struggling perhaps between leaving him, seeing him as a weak person and something to be cast off, and trying to help him. At the same time though, she's clearly in a tough spot herself, to be fair. Seems like she had an even tougher childhood than I thought from the first half of the show. I can sense this is going to end badly, and I hate stuff like that, but for now, being nice to animals is always a win. Still think it's going to end badly and have me in tears, but loved seeing her work hard to find out why he wasn't eating and then helping him. That melted my heart. Well, glad they didn't show anything, but obviously that's horrible and evil. Enough said, made me legit angry. Gotta hand it to my boy All Might, horrible as he is in this, he absolutely knocked out of the park with the voice acting. Art style change. Easy to see how this would charm a lot of lesser people, giving them abuse for 99% of the time, and then that 1% is enough to keep them coming back. Clever as well how this was linked to what she went through with her father, with him saying much the same words all through her childhood whenever she wanted something for herself. Can't wait to see him break free of his chains again like he did when the world ended. Easy to see how it'd happen, but it'll make it all the more sweet when he does get out of there. Good on her here for trying to wake him up one final time before legitimately leaving him behind, if that was his choice, by using her experience from her own past here. Also take another here for the fact that she understood that he's basically the same as her father, the same style of cracking people. She understood those methods right away. Go on, one more. That was really well done as she sheds that part of her past finally. Very, very cool. I liked that a lot. Him blocking his bug after all of the memories of what he's done these past weeks flood through his mind. How important it is to him as well. That was equally very, very cool too. Kinda feels like what he wished he could have done after understanding how terrible the company was, having that courage to do this back then. Him officially crossing that new one off the list. Take one as well for the fact that no matter what happened, all notions of this place being entirely safe were about to go out the window here regardless. Says a lot about him that he's this angry about not being able to save more of them, especially since he met them the same day, I believe. Likely hasn't met many at all. I liked that. He said, "Why are you helping him?" And he said, "Standing by whilst someone gets eaten by zombies isn't on my bucket list. Like a badass." Cool plan. Unlikely to happen in real life, but still good in the anime. I think she might like him potentially. Good to see everyone leaving him behind now as well, and rightly so, including the baseball members. Much better ending than, say, everyone being eaten here and they leave. Quick win for him, and in some cases them as well, helping to cross things off his ever-growing list as they travel. That was insanely badass and out of absolutely nowhere. Unexpectedly sudden kawaii alert as well. I just found a couple more reasons to describe her as kawaii. Her casually trying on the helmet is adorable. Sushi? Long story short, as it's too much to show, after an emotional sounding build up to the reason why she needs to get these fish to the city, this ends up being the reason why. No big deal, just thought that she too looked great here, to be honest. That punch and kick! To be fair, a lot more happened, but the blonde dude is in the nip, and so many zombies have wounds that YouTube would have a go at me about. So it's kinda annoying. Her snapping out of her funk and joining the fray. This because they couldn't set fire to them down below earlier. Again, I'd have shown a bit more, but see previous win. A pretty good looking continuous motion shot there. That's clever. The end of the mission, having now been properly completed. Everyone being able to sit down in peace and safety and enjoy some sushi made for quite the nice moment, especially since it was clearly so good. Again, it makes for a nice diversion from the main story when they're able to go off the road and do things like this that they both want to do and also need to do sometimes. Insane. I do like seeing these budding feelings from him. I'd show it, but when she turns around, they're posed like absolute gentlemen in the background, and it's hilarious. A bit cliche, but I do like it. The blonde woman strips off and is barely covered. It's glorious! Glad it ended like this in a very non-cliche way this time, as they share it. You know, normally she'd be screaming to the stars and or throwing things at him, so that's decent. Also glad this was spoken about, because after the events of the last episode, I figured she had shed that side of her, influenced by her father, but no, like a robot, she destroyed the idea of love.
ただ感じたことを素直に言えるあなたが羨ましくて少し悔しくて
Her reasoning in some weird way makes sense here as well. She's so used to everyone being a competition of sorts, but at least she is getting over that as shown here. Good character growth. Damn, bruh! Just before a potential love connection could be made, they come along and find the hot springs. It was funny though. Nice to know that his father had his back then and was telling him to shoot high for his dreams, asking if this job is really what he wants to do with his life. This is the shame of youth as well, thinking we know what is best as our parents stand by and then just hope it all goes well. I was much the same as a youngster. That's really sweet considering she barely knows him. Seeing him being worried is a small part of the win, but the main part is that we're seeing them legit carrying everything. Like, the blonde German girl is loaded up with her weapons. So sick that he's building a treehouse out there in the forest. Very clever too. He just really wants to build a treehouse, but I love their little interactions like this as well. After a short building segment, we get the actual completed thing, and it honestly looks awesome and reminds me of my childhood. Not that I had one, but totally wanted one. This amazing looking full-on shot of pretty much his entire village looking so damn good. They were worried, but the people of the village are just doing this instead as they burst on in. The fact that his parents are okay, take that win. That right there was really, really lovely. Got me a tad emotional, to be honest. Thanking him for all the things he had to do to help his son growing up. That was amazing. Yeah, go on then. Same win with his mother too. What a wholesome moment. Then they go and give us another view from another angle and it looks just as good. Nice to see him trying to spend time with his mother and kind of failing to make her life better, and now doing the same thing with his father. How are you gonna make that veg look so real though? Ah, no! That's really sad to see. What the heck happened to him though? Not sure if I mentioned this during the first half, if he really was in an earlier episode, but back a go from My Hero Academia. Quite interesting really to see the complete antithesis to our main character here. Can only mean bad things, I guess. Kawaii! Another couple of wild kawaiis have arrived! Also quite interesting is that these new characters are actually having quite a bit of background given to them, even if it's only a little bit like here, which is nice. So very random. What the hell?
子供の頃興味があって医学書を少し読んだだけで。
Seeing her being given a compliment for her nursing type skills on this dude who hurt his hand and how she takes it is lovely. Oh my god! Seriously?
そう、イタリアじゃ女性には常に笑顔を忘れない。女性を褒めないのは失礼に当たるんだぜ。
He's a nice guy. He was told that she only has a dog left and hasn't smiled since she's been there, and he really tries in turn to then make her smile.
変なの。お兄さん、イタリア人じゃないのに。
So cute because it turns out he actually manages it too. Not walking on the spot.
世界中用の電気柵を強化してその電力源にもなっているんさ。
Quick win here for this place being straight up awesome, water powered electric, and then this fence also powered by it too.
久々に嫌な面見ちまったぜ。いつも自分らだけ楽しそうにしよ。
Certainly seems that sadly this is going to play into the actions he will likely take against this community soon. The fact that he hates our main crew from his school days.
親父の手ってこんなに細かったっけ？よく見りゃ白髪もあんなに増えて。
I totally get this. I mean, there's more to what is going on than his age, I'm guessing, like he's sick or whatever, but I cried when I noticed 25 years ago that my dad had some grey in his hair.
親父の若い頃の夢は何だった？
A really beautiful view here.
本当はな、ガキの頃からずっと宇宙飛行士になりてんだよ。
Can't lie, was so nice to see his father like this. You could so tell that for the first time he was speaking with pure passion about his dream from when he was a child.
縮こまってんじゃねえよ。夢を持て、アキラ。もっとでっけえやつを。
I'm sure this is partially a nice message to his son, but also part of me thinks he may want his son to follow his dream so he doesn't have to see him die, sadly.
待たせたな、ゾンビども。
Yep, figured these morons would do something really stupid like this. That quickly, and it all goes to hell.
アキラ、母ちゃんは俺に任せて仲間んとこ行け。
His dad was a serious badass too, even though he's older and everything, taking charge right away.
ダメだ、数が多すぎる。
Couldn't show too much, but it was nice to see them taking shots at them.
よかった、みんな無事だったんだ。
無駄話は後。
Seeing them meeting up safely in the middle of this mess.
俺は親孝行を。
さっきから一人だけ目的が違う気がするけど、まあいいわ。
Also though, going without an ED to give us an extra long episode this time around. Honestly, where the hell did that sudden new OP come from? That absolutely rocked! Amazing rap to it. It just scored itself a super easy Max 2 Wins award with that. Must have been tough to make her so strong and then want to set up a fight like this, but it was done really well, I thought. Looked awesome too. She's so adorable when she's like this. Oh, I really hope they survive, but to be honest, I don't think they will, sadly. I nearly lost it, and then I saw it was him outside and clearing the zombies away from there. Let's go!
どうしても親孝行がしてんかい。だったら親より先にくたばるんじゃねえ。
I liked both sides of this, a son wanting to fight for his parents, but ultimately, as touched as he is, a father standing up to fight for his son instead. Even though I admittedly don't really care why the bad guys are doing bad things, I'm totally not gonna knock the mangaka for giving us their backstories either. I can see why he was pissed a bit. She's such a tough nut, but when she's grossed out, she absolutely has the best reactions. Super cute. Obviously what is happening is really bad, but it's the reactions that are so funny and or cute, and it's the voice actress that has everything to do with that. Great shot from up there to protect her! Art style change too! Good of all of them to rally behind the old man's words to come out and protect her too. I have a feeling that this father will not survive this because, well, everything has been pointing to that, so it's nice to see him crank out some badass moves at his end, to be honest. That definitely scores a plot twist win. Didn't see that coming, even if right after he reveals that he's doing it to get his son to come out and get bitten. Some surprisingly nice animation there. I wonder if the studio kind of went all out on the last episode. Shouldn't come as a surprise that his father ends up continuing to be a good man here, but take a win anyway. Also, whilst I'm here, have one for going without an OP this episode to make it an extra long one too. Ah, so that's what it ends up being. Basically cancer, I would guess? Damn, man. Obviously, he's just putting this on. I'm guessing using the woman who did the makeup on zombie movies, but still an awesome twist, right? That reveal was so well done that it's easily scoring max wins, baby! Sadly, way too long to show how they did it, but it was pretty cool all the same, albeit it would have taken them ages to do it, and he'd be out there wondering what's taking so long. Have one purely for this beautiful scene and backdrop, with the whispers of flames just dancing over the screen. Ultimately, I'm so happy that this happened. I thought he'd forgive him, he'd understand where he went wrong as a child, where true joy comes from. He didn't deserve that ending. Also, I wanted to shout out the voice actor. He always does great work, but goodness me, I bet his voice went hoarse after all that screaming. Hats off to him for the performance. Now this backstory is well done. I liked that, especially the blood down one side of his face and the tears on the other. Context, he ran away when asked, but this is his point. You had your moment to make friends, a hand outstretched, and instead you ran from it. I mean, it's even better than he deserves, but I do like the moment all the same. Who can hate on him being so damn wholesome? Dude is such a great voice actor, he's legit making me feel kinda sorry for him. I really enjoyed the contrast there between him running off as a youngster when he invited him, and now him running away to pull the zombies away from them. A last good gesture, really. That was seriously well done, even got me kind of emotional. A really good piece of writing, and bringing that to the anime version. Then being able to escape from the place. I gotta say, I'm real glad he ended up helping them out. I thought it would be a bit odd if we spent time with him building the treehouse, and then that was it for the rest of the show. What an awesome scene. Not only does he get a compliment from his dad, which will mean so much to him, but I was entirely wrong about his dad being taken out. Complete plot twist.
村中隅から隅まで探した。間違いねえ。
The fact that the village is once again 100% secure was nice to see.
熊野さんが村に移って復興の指揮を取ってくれることになったんさ。
Nice touch to have him move to the village and be able to help rebuild things as well. I like that a lot.
弱音ばっかし入ってたジジババどもに元気をくれた。言い足りないよ。
I just loved that sentiment. She said, "You were our village doctor." She said, "Oh no, I'm really not a doctor." And then she follows it up with this lovely comment.
もっとしっかり晩ご飯までに終わんないよ。笑わせてくれた人がいたから前に進めたんだよ。
Him and the girl still getting along so well after he made her smile and then saved her life on the roof, giving her something more to live for now, thankfully.
に聞いてたんさ。アキラから連絡はあるか。アキラは元気でやってるか。
Knowing that his father, who is a hard man, really did worry after him all that time in the city.
俺が親父の代わりにおふくろとこの村を守ってやるからな。
I'm such a sappy git. Stuff like this goes straight to my heart.
字字って字？
そうさ。
Okay, okay, that was it. Oh my god, I thought cancer for sure. I thought he was on his deathbed. That's the single best plot twist in forever. Okay, you're so getting max wins for that.
日本を旅して解決策を見つけて。
I like it, finding a way to help the infected as a new mission in life moving forwards into a hopeful season 2 down the road and being able to help his dad too.
会の役に立て。それが親父の遺言だからな。
まだ死んでない。
That, because I thought the same thing at the same time.
書きたいことはないのかよ。
クルーザーでパーティーして。
イルカと泳ぎたい。あしらに住んだみたいで。
It's good how the list is always expanding with the story, including here allowing them to add to it. Might be burnt, but it still makes for a nice visual.
いいと思いますよ。別れの時くらい彼の前で思いっきり泣いた。
Ah, bless her little heart.
帰ってきたら見せてよね。ケツからうどん生きがいするやつ。
That's decent character growth, because she wiped away her tears and instead was able to say this with a smile on her face.
じゃあみんな、ちょっとそこまで世界を救いに行ってくるよ。
A really well done and badass ending too. I thought that was a fantastic ending as well, seeing the people from the entire season living their lives, some fighting for others and others living their own lives, plus their travels. Nice. Darth Weirdo, Fiji, Mal Liao, Mushwin, Nick Wyndham, The Elementaler Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Minimasher, Marquez, Nozomi, Orkeeper, Order Botanisi, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brendan Greer, Brian Bayard, Cameron, Christopher Tarasa, Commander Cyrus, David Freerix, Devicool, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Guru, James DeFoyer, Yor Edvinson, Kevin Alston, Cumfroig, Miora Night Sky, Mr. Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Robert Jackson, Ruby Rose, Sataki Ari, Zions 44, Sean, Starkip, Tiger Lily Warrior, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Arnador, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante's Soul, Dante's Face, Doug Love Bloody Soul, Donald Newborn, Dragon Defender, Dragon Boy 1, Drake's Daughter, Iso, Francie, Furious Mo, Garrett Vermeesh, Henrik Jensen, Host Losritter, Israel Caldera, Joe Crims, Jason Davies, John, Jaffa 6263, Kai Wolfspring, Kelnock, Kevin Nelter, Kevin 102, Knuckle Duster, Cody Niemeyer, Kai 158, Carl Jones, Laxor, Laxus, Liam Gagati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Luis Minito, Marvin, Mason Stelfer, Matthew Blancet, Michael Lewis, Miran Ardron, Modaviram, Mr. Firecool, Nathaniel Gigramosa, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, Nuvagown 1928, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Olive Wharf, Onyx Caliph, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Porgy, That's a Fish, Q-Flash, Chris Harris, Rimuru, Rodies, Roll Tide Wes, Ryan DeViri, Sadaholic, Sakumi Aorum, Sarcastic Truth, Shadow Cleanser, Snowy, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, The Danish Muggle, Thrasher 340, Tomo Sandy, Vernon Hogan, Wacky Normal, Will Sass, Willyman.